be held in executive session prior to the meeting tonight for legal and personnel matters. Any public comments on agenda items?
Mrs. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Bennett?
Yes.
Mrs. Gregory?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes.
Mr. Swilly?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Widener?
Yes.
Mr. Park?
Yes. Item 6, business and finance.
Motion approved.
Second. Discussion? Roll call?
Mrs. Bennett?
Yes.
Mrs. Gregory?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes.
Mr. Swilly?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mrs. Arnold?
Yes.
Mr. Widener?
Yes.
Mr. Park?
Yes. Item 7, superintendent report.
I'm asking for Gregory?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes.
Mr. Swilly?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mrs. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Bennett?
Yes.
Mr. Widener?
Yes.
Mr. Park?
Yes.
Before I get to this, there's just two things I wanted to mention publicly. And one is that we have developed a partnership with the Wyoming County Chamber of Commerce, and they submitted a grant for Teacher in the Workplace. And Mr. Ellsworth and I have met with the chamber to understand how jobs have changed, and that will take place over the summer, and teachers will have that opportunity to do that. So we're really pleased. It was a $25,000 grant, and we thank the chamber and all of its members who will be supporting our teachers in the very near future. I also wanted to let you know that who would like to have some extra food for the weekend. So all they need to do is fill out the form and put it back in the box, and we will take it from there. So really grateful to CHOP for reaching out to Tunkhannock. I think it's going to be a really good relationship. So I was asked to do a technology survey, and I just want to go over the results with you. 90 students, which represents 72% of the students in 7th through 12th grade. So that's a really great response rate. And that just shows that. We asked kids what technology do they have access to at home. And so we asked them about desktops, laptops, iPads, tablets, smartphones, or other. There were, of those 790 kids, of those responses, they had available to them over 2,000 devices. So if you divide that into, the average student has 2.5 devices at home that they have access to. And then we asked them, what type of internet connection do you have? And the kids, 96.3% of students surveyed report that they have some type of internet access at home. So there's a small percentage of kids who do not have internet access at home. And then we asked them, how many of your teachers this year have assigned homework that require you to have access to the internet, either here at school or at home? And the average, I mean, I shouldn't say the average. Most of the kids responded that at least two teachers have asked them to either do research at home or to get online here at school. So that was good information. So our teachers are making some assignments, at least some of them, that do require or do ask kids to have access to the internet here at school or at home. And then we asked them how long they're allowed to use the technology at home. And most of them had unlimited. 96.2% of students have some level of access to the internet at home for homework. Most of them
be January 4th. Committee members are included in the packet with the board committees. New business, the fill rate for the substitute teachers, Kelly Services, is in the packet as well.
I just want to make one comment on that real quick. So at the last board meeting, we talked about our efforts to work with Kelly Services to encourage them to hold more recruiting events. And I just want to share that there were 2 events that they held here on campus. They were present during the high school band concert. And I personally, in the wrestling tournament, there are thousands of people, literally, over the course of those several days that come across the campus. And they were here during that time as well. So I'm appreciative of their efforts. I'm hopeful that it manifests in continuing to provide a feeder system. So what we'll do is look for kind of that next opportunity. Some good suggestions today were to, so Kelly Services has the ability to physically put that in the system to allow that to look at whether or not that's something that we feel like we can realistically manage and what kind of parameters we would want to put in.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it sounded like we were kind of in general thinking maybe this is a good idea. I just think from a teaching perspective, if you know you have the ability to do a 2-hour block, that'll encourage folks to take something either the beginning or end of the day.
Correct.
And that's better to try to gap or do that coverage for 2 hours than it is before. So.
Correct.
Okay.
Employment practices, 105 curriculum, 108 adoption of textbooks, 38 unused instruction education program, and 201 admission of students.
The committee has gotten copies of all of these for Christmas. Adoption of textbooks. There was a concern that we wanted to make sure the option for a student to be able to have access to a hard copy textbook was still there, still exists for the kids, that was something they would do, even if we start moving towards digital prints, especially since as
So is there language that needs to be changed?
Well, I don't necessarily think so. I think what we would need to do is, textbooks come through committee anyway. They come through.
Right.
So if there was something that were to come through that said no, was the non-discrimination, discriminatory harassment, employment practices policy, we have it set up that the delegation of responsibility goes to the superintendent or designee. There was some thought that might be something more appropriate for an HR position to do. You and I talked about it quickly, and it was the idea that we don't really have that role, that staff here, but that if there was a situation, that's why it's for designee, so that it can be sent out as appropriate.
Right.
If Heather starts harassing people and
Right.
being discriminatory. So that, if anybody else has anything to come up on the first reading for any of these.
I got one for you, Holly.
Okay.
It's under policy manual, local board procedures,
Okay.
chapter 56 on my agenda. I note that the agenda, together with all relevant reports, shall be provided to each school director at least, how many days in advance? When?
Oh, yeah, I actually had that part in mind
I'm
too.
sorry.
Yeah, I think right now we get it at least 3, because we get it on the Monday before. Do we need to, I don't know how you want to put it in, like, do we want it to be 3?
Whatever you guys want.
I mean, 3 is fine, but we gotta,
Yeah,
we don't want to leave
yeah.
it blank because
Right.
3 days it is.
3 days? So we'll make that adjustment and then bring them back for second reading. If anybody else sees anything that we can run it through Holly and she can help me.
It's not an issue, but let me just point out that on the election, there was change listed as required. That we make a provision for.
Yes.
kind of do that. We don't necessarily get specific, but if we need to, we can.
I know, Phil, they let hospital abstain from the bills for the hospital. But the abundance of caution, you know, so we need to do, I just should specify that as well.
Thank you.
Okay, we have, item 3, for approval of bus and band contract.
Motion approved.
Do you have a second? Second. Discussion? Roll call. Resolution to approve disposal of the platform left.
Motion approved. Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Swilly?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mrs. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Bennett?
Yes.
Mrs. Gregory?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes.
Mr. Wagner?
Yep.
Mr. Farr?
Shane, can I ask you to just publicly, for all of those people that are watching, just again remind us about the dates and times of the auction?
Real estate auctions for both Mill City and Evans Falls. So both auctions will be held from the Evans Falls location. There is a public walkthrough still scheduled for tomorrow. Mill City is at 10 and Evans Falls is at noon. So at the, that's scheduled, so we're ready to roll. We're looking forward to good turnout, and hopefully next week we'll have resolution to the outcome contents. Each of the items are available for bidding, and when you go into that website location and attempt to make a bid, it will prompt you to register. And once you're registered, you can bid on items as you see available, and bids are coming in, so that's good.
And the process, the board will still have to decide to approve that, and that's really for a special meeting on Tuesday, the 14th. The whole board still has to approve sale regardless. Any questions? Okay. Any other comments?